So we talk about flooding all the time, and one of the things we say is, let's use as an example, the Ohio River is going to flood to 35.5 feet, and you're like, wow, what does that even mean, buddy? So we wanted to kind of develop something that was going to give you a real way to actually see the areas that go underwater. We've developed what we call the WDRB virtual flood view. And Rick DeLuca is going to join me as we start to talk about this. Rick, you've done this before. You've gone through that list. You're like, well, at X feet it's here, and at X feet it's here. It's tough to explain it.
It is, because, I mean, it's just a sheet of paper based on recent floods, how high the water's been, and what streets get closed. And just telling you that is one thing, but showing you that, it's completely different.
And that's what the point of this is. So we're going to start our view in West Point. What we're going to do on a lot of these is show you the forecast stage, and then we're going to show you the normal.
Before and after.
So that's what the Ohio River should look like in West Point, and that's what it looks like after the flooding. And Rick, when we start to get in towards West Point here, you can see the inroads it takes, and you almost get an island here in parts of West Point.
Seriously, and if I shout out your street name, then you're going underwater. Based on the forecast, Elm Street, underwater. 4th North Street, also underwater. Some flooding around Mulberry Street, and then Riverview Drive, definitely seeing that inundation of water.
And this is one area. We're going to make a move now to the north. New Albany here. So this is what the Ohio River is forecast to be. This is the before. Rick, there's obviously some areas here out of New Albany that everybody knows, and specifically right along the river here.
I know. It stands out right there. New Albany, along the Shore Mitten, you know what you're looking at. That's the amphitheater, which will flood in this scenario. Also East Water Street, and then up into East 6th Street. Also seeing that water getting pushed further inland. I mean, this is going to be just billions of gallons of water in areas that don't want it.
And when you see it again, it's jarring. Ohio River, this is downtown here. So let me take it back to the normal flood stage here in a moment, but we're going to go into the downtown area here. That's your normal Ohio River. This is the forecast, Rick, and there's definitely areas we're seeing going underwater, Rick.
You know what the bell's going to look like, right?
It's going to be so tall. That's one of the things I remember about 18 is the bell. It looked like the bottom of the bell was at 64 and it was jarring. And you can see this is now coming up 4th Street. Galt House this was one of the iconic.
When you look down, you could see, like, when you're at that juncture there, through the Galt House, the bell of Louisville. And I even looked at some old pictures, and the street lights, like the lamps, the bottom of the bell was right up to there. So you're right along 4th Street, River Road earning its name. It's going to be an absolute river traveling along that. And Mark, another very important point. And Thunder's not that far away.
Right, and this is looking at the Great Lawn. And so you're talking about within about 18 feet of 64 here. During the floods that occurred in February, it was maybe a quarter to halfway up the lawn. This is going to be about 3/4 of the way up the lawn.
And even if it recedes, you know how much gunk, debris. I mean, it's just a complete disaster down along the waterfront.
And Rick, this is an area where you're now starting to see the really dramatic nature of this. So this is the flood view. This is Zorn. This is 71. Rick, speak a little bit of this, because when I put the flood area back on, it's remarkable how much goes underwater.
Huge amount of real estate. There's the water tower, there's Kingfish, there's River House, there's Turner's, River Road, Mockingbird Valley Road even getting some flooding. So it doesn't matter if you're right along the river. Look how much area across 71 into Melwood also dealing with flooding. So this is the part that really concerns me, just how wide some of the flooding will be from the banks.
And one of the things you really note about this is 71 is obviously going to stay above water, but you can see the exit ramps here that get off onto Zorn may go underwater. In fact, the forecast puts them underwater. We move now a little bit further to the north. This is going to be River Road here. This is an area many people are familiar with, Juniper Beach and around Captain's Quarters. This is what it should look like. This is what it looks like after. Captain's Quarter goes underwater, Juniper Beach underwater, and this may get to the roof of Captain's Quarters. And then this is into Utica. Utica is an area we watch really closely because they were hit really, really hard in 2018, and this one's going to rival that. So South Front Street completely underwater. This is going to be 2nd, 3rd Street, 4th Street, almost all of 4th Street goes underwater. And then you can see Utica, Sellersburg Road goes underwater. This is 5th Street. So as you go southwestward on 5th Street, you're also going to go underwater. So this is a virtual view of what to expect with the Ohio River. Rick, this is a new way of showing flooding, and we hope that it helps you to understand what to expect by the crest in the middle of next week.